Hello, Social Goons. My name is Alex, and welcome back to Let's Play Shantae half-genie Hero. In today's video, we got some side quests to do, but before that, let's go shopping. Because off-screen, I did manage to get over 900 gems, so we can pretty much get a good majority of stuff. So I got the bikini armor. Oh yeah, it was bikini armor. The magic bracelet, and I fully upgraded the bubble shield to invincibility. Now, I was also a little bit cautious about what to get, but ultimately I decided to go for attract anyway, so that way I can make money grinding a little bit easier. Now, yes, we do have a fair amount of side quests to do here. That green girl we'll talk about later, though I do really like her. But anyway, so first of all, we have these two here, Twitch and Vinegar. They're basically minions for a villain that we'll see in the next video. But the whole joke is that they don't want to do their job. They think it's kind of boring, I think. No, actually, I think they do like their job, but they also really like to see what a town has to offer before it's blown up, you know? Now, if you remember, back in episode 2, I said that I mentioned a gator steaks. Yeah, they want that. So if you give them 2 gator steaks, they will give you 1 race ticket. Now, the race ticket is a plot relevant item that we're gonna get later, but here the game's also telling you, hey, go to Mermaid Falls and shoot crocs with flame if you haven't done so, idiot. But other than that, Gator Steak is now a healing item that you can use, but you can only get them through those croc enemies. Almost every other monster is going to have either a monster egg or roast, which are also healing items. Roast I don't think is used at all in a side quest, and the monster egg was only used 1 time for a heart holder. So yeah, it is what it is. So, now we're going to head back to Mermaid Falls, because... Sorry, I'm trying to keep my voice down with the... Pardon me, sorry. So, we're going to be heading back to Mermaid Falls, because... that is where we're A, going to be getting a new dance, and B, where we're going to be doing another side quest. Now, I will admit, with what we have now, Mermaid Falls is probably my least favorite area to revisit. Because, like, it feels like a slog just to get from one area to another, because Shantae can't really jump all that high, and almost any dance that you do will instantly be undone when you touch the water, and none of her transformations are very good at attacking. Well, I mean, like, unless you get the Tinkerbat dance, but I mean, I wouldn't recommend that. Anyway, so we use the elephant dance so we can get our new one, the mermaid dance. Now, this is our second water transformation. Basically, unlike the crab dance, which is strictly to the ground, the mermaid dance can pretty much go anywhere. She can go pretty much anywhere in water. But yes, I did choose to cut out the backtracking here, so that way we can get into this alcove, so we can do our second side quest. And it involves this blobfish over here. basic gist, she lost her 5 grandkids and we gotta help her. And she'll give us a new tool to help us out in our endeavor. And that is the crab claw, which is how the crab dance can attack. Though I do not recommend that you do that. It is not that great. The range on it sucks. Damage is pitiful. So it's best if you just treat the crab dance as a means to crawl through tight passages underwater and to get rid of kelp, because that's what the crab claw is mainly for. Now the mermaid dance, we're not going to be able to upgrade that for a while, but the mermaid dance does have a very cool upgrade in the form of the mermaid bubble. Now, on its own, it's not all that special, but if you remember when we went through Main Street for the second time, Shantae, well, there were these starfish enemies. Well, if they're underwater and if you're using the mermaid dance, they'll actually be on your side, and if you have the mermaid bubble, they will fight for you, which is mega awesome. Oh, and we also just got an object called a sunken soul. Now, and you may have also noticed that for sunken souls it said like 1 out of 10, right? Well, there's 10 sunken souls in total throughout the game, right? It's like when it said 1 out of 10, it was not referring to Mermaid Falls. It was referring to the amount that is in all of the game, if that makes sense. So, yeah. Anyway, sometimes the crab will get the soul or the kid. Well, actually, the crab dance does have its own dedicated sections, but I mean, like, aside from this one and maybe a heart holder over on Main Street, the crab doesn't really do a lot. I mean, like, I wouldn't lose sleep if this thing like never came back, right? Like, though granted, this is the only Shantae game that I've played and owned. I don't have the Pirate's Curse. I don't have any of the older titles, though I hear they're not very good anyway. And I have not played Seven Sirens, which I kind of feel like I should, because I do rather enjoy Half-Genie Hero. In fact, I think that if you want, like, just as a bit of a jump in the gun for a sec, if you want a good jumping point for Shantae, I would recommend this game, like a base game, right? Because I'm gonna be real, I never played on the other modes. Basically the arcadey ones, like the ninja one, the beach one, the pajamas one. I did try Friends to the End and the campaign involving Risky, but I just don't like how those guys feel, right? Like it's always a feeling thing, you know, but like, I just don't vibe with how they control. Like, I would prefer just having Shantae. Like full stop. I would just rather have Shantae over most of the other characters. And not that they're bad, it's just like, they don't feel right, if that makes sense. But anyway, so now that we got both tickets, we're not going to head back to Main Street just yet, because when I do that, it'll be time to get on with the main story. But we're heading back to Tasseltown, where the sandstorms have thankfully calmed down. But we are getting some heavy use out of the elephant dance here, because the elephant is the main one that can go through the sandstorm and will give us this neat little dance. As soon as I can activate it. The spider dance. Which reminds me, there is a spider enemy that we will be encountering later in the game, but I don't like fighting her. I really, really don't. Also not that big on the spider dance design. Like, I don't know why. It doesn't necessarily click. You know, it's like, okay, so you're trying to be a sexy spider. Kind of hate to break it to you, but that ain't gonna happen. You know what I mean? But, yeah, whatever. But now we're at the edge of the temple, and we can get an upgrade to the elephant dance. Okay, so this won't be for a little later in the game, but we can help. We can help this guy out now, and we can have the answer for something else. So basically, this guy is looking for remains inside of this temple. Now, okay, so if you remember those statue heads that shot fireballs at us from episode 3, I think. They are. Oh no, wait, I don't think it was episode 3. Was it 4? I think it was 4. But anyway. So, you need to use the elephant dance in order to break through them. But we also got the elephant stomp, which is, well, it's actually pretty good for those flowers that we've been seeing. See that? Okay, so all you gotta do is just head over to the flower and stomp on it, and now you have a remain. Oh yeah, and also these snakes can be kind of a pain because they keep on spawning in, and that ain't fun. Especially if you're the elephant and you're trying to get a move on. Because the elephant's not exactly the most nimble transformation. I mean, it's not supposed to be, but come on. So yeah, that is basically what we're doing here. And something else about the elephant, like while Elephant Shantae hits like a truck at times, I cannot recommend that you do that because it's so slow, and I think the enemies can often cancel out your attacks because they hit you first. At least I think that's how it works. Oh yeah, and there's also some stuff that we can't get here just yet because we don't have the proper dance. There is a lot of dancing in this game. But okay, so oh yeah, and there's also a bunch of puzzles too. Though they do involve that same dance that I was kind of talking about earlier, but that's not going to be for a little bit. So, yeah, you just stick to here, and yeah, you just go from there. Now, I don't get everything, I don't get everything during this run of the Tasseltown Tower. That's that's what I'm gonna call it. But anyway, I don't get everything here, but that's okay. I mainly just wanted to get some stuff, show off a few other things, and yeah, just go from there. But also, sometimes you'll see flowers throughout the world. There will be something in there. Now, it can either be a gem, or like a few gems, or something called scrap metal, which is on par with Sunken Souls. For actually, no, I don't think it's on par with Sunken Souls. I think it is just as important as Sunken Souls, if you want to get the best ending. Now here we have a gallery key. Now, on the far right of Tasseltown, there is what's known as the art gallery. Basically, that's where a bunch of fan art for Shantae is, and I want to say this was like done as an appreciation by the devs to say, hey, thanks for help making this a possibility. You guys are the real ones out there. I want to say that's what it was for, but I don't know for sure. But basically, there are 10 gallery keys spread all throughout Sequinland, and you need to find them. Though a good majority of them, I want to say like most of them are actually no. I want to say that all of them are confined to Tasseltown and Mermaid Falls. So if you don't really know where to go, it's either it's either one of those two. But anyway, so we just have one more remain to find, and not exactly going to be the easiest thing in the world. Well, I say that, but my platforming skills in this game with my Pro Controller is not very good, because I swear to God, I keep hitting the jump button, but the game doesn't want to register it, and that is explicit in the during the final segment of the game. But you know, we will get there when we get there. Also, I just want to show this room off a little bit because we're sorry, because we are going to be back here later. Basically, you need to line up those lines on the blocks with the ones on the walls, so that way you can make like a little mouse maze. Because but we don't have the right dance for it just yet, so you can pretty much just you're just gonna have to make a little mental note to come back for it later. But there is actually there is a bit of an incentive to finding all of the gallery keys. Now, normally you would think, oh, well, it's just some optional fan art, right? Well, yes and no. Because the mayor of Skulltown will actually give you an item if you decide to find all of the gallery keys. But we'll talk about that when we talk about it. So, you know, you got sick. I like that joke. I don't know why. But now we can meet up with this, or well, I thought we could. Christ, past me. Oh, right. I think what I was trying to do is that I was trying to find a light shard first, but no. Anyway, so this is Roddy Tops, and she is one of my favorite characters in the game because she has this like nonchalant punk slash alt girl aesthetic, and come on, come on, you, you can't deny that Roddy Tops is a fun character, and she is the reason why we needed those 2 tickets, because if she did. Well, mainly because like she wants to go to the races, but she actually has a reward for us, which is a dark shard. And Shantae asks just how she got it, but but you know, like don't ask questions you aren't prepared to know the answer to. But we're gonna have a bit more with, well, we're actually gonna have some more time with Roddy in the next video. But yeah, I like Roddy a lot. She is a very fun character. I love that she comes back in most of the Shantae games. And she has this bit of an awkward relationship with Shantae because, well, she kind of sees her like a snack, like a legitimate snack, because she's a zombie. Sorry about that. But I also just like her design. You know, she's really. Okay. Okay, I probably shouldn't mention that. Like, this game, as you can know, tell, is very over the top with its female designs because the girls are showing a fair amount of skin. They're sort of bobbing, jiving, you know, kind of dancing, having a fun time. But most of the enemies are girls. You know, there was the mermaids in Mermaid Falls, the Giga Mermaid, the Nagas in the revisits, the archers in the towers in Tasseltown, fucking Risky Boots, you know, I know that some people are probably going to have a problem with that, but I don't. So, you know. Cape Crustacean. We are going to be going there next time. And yeah, we are coming up on that time. So, so then, if you enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like, comment down below. And if you're new around here, please subscribe to the channel because we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers and every little click helps out a lot more than you think. And hey, I actually got the scimitars. Well, until next time, Sociogoons, remember, reach for the stars.